Please remember to subscribe, click like, and click the bell icon for all notifications on this channel.
Wrestled in the state of Georgia.
And this is Anna Jayy. She's making that Dynamite debut.
All right, here we go.
Kindly prepared my notes. Did not give me
Let's take a look at this match.
She withheld that
And for once, a women's match,
That's right.
singles match that actually was good.
That April is Autism Awareness Month.
Apparently, because sometimes I don't know who it is that they put together.
Right now we have special
Pretty sassy, but you know, when you put two females together in AEW, it's like they don't click. They don't have good chemistry. These two did, and this is Anna Jayy's first match, so that actually is a good showing for her. A good show what she brings to the ring, you know, what she brings to the women's division. And other matches that I've liked when it comes to women is like the multi-women matches. For some reason, I've not seen a good singles match yet. I could be wrong. Some of you out there might disagree with me, but I like this match, you know. And Shida, they finally recognized her as number one contender. I don't think they ever did that in the past. She won the match, and they declared her number one contender, but now they're talking about it more.
Looks like she was going for an exploder suplex, but then Shida with some stiff shots to the lower back.
Yeah, that girl Anna Jayy, she reminds me of Brooke, you know, Brooke Tessmacher. You guys remember her from TNA, from Impact? She was in WWE too for some time.
Wow. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker right in front of Billy there as a
People want to say that Shida
little homage.
doesn't sell. She can't sell. She's one of the best wrestlers on this roster. You know, maybe that's why Anna Jayy looked good too, because she's working with Shida. As soon as this match is, I'm tired of her though, seriously. Don't think she has going for her, so she's going with Adam Cole. Really?
Play that game. You've seen what happens.
The thing about it though is that I want to go after this match because this is the match that I liked the most out of the. They had some great matches, really great ones. I'm going to talk about, you know, about this week's edition of Dynamite, conclusion of this match, and give my thoughts like I usually do.
Anna Jayy, boy, she's showing a little bit of power of her own.
These are very well matched up.
Wow, into the midsection. That doubled her over. Here's Shida. Shida gave her an open shot that time. She got paintbrushed.
She got paint up, but I think it did more to piss her off. I don't think it was effective in hurting her.
Damn.
You're talking about getting decked.
Thunder and the lightning.
Don't mess with her.
There.
Yeah. She took that hair thing off and she said, "That's it."
Come on, get up. Paul Turner, the referee, checking in.
Yeah, Ring of Fire doesn't remind me of Asuka, but it's probably just because they dress like that in Japan. That's their style.
We're thinking about Excalibur, Taz. You're going to be back with us soon. Everybody's healthy. Oh, look at that. On safety.
The hamstring
is underneath the black hat.
Got her in the hamstring. And I am not going to sit on that, as you were talking about, under the black hat.
At least this girl can wrestle. You know, she has the kind of look like Mandy Rose. Some of these girls that you look at them as for their looks, right? And you think, can they do anything in the ring? And this girl actually can go. This is her first match, so she's probably been in wrestling maybe a year, maybe a few years. So, you know, so she's kind of, but then again, it is her debut match in AEW. Doesn't mean that she hasn't wrestled before. But I think they were talking about it like this is actually her first match. If it is, then she's good, but she probably has some experience. Much of here falls into a nice submission hold.
She needs to get those feet to the rope. She did.
Oh, yeah. She needed to pull her. She needed to pull Anna Jayy's arm in a little bit more too.
You can tell Anna Jayy's been well trained.
She was trying to go for a triangle. I don't know if she was going for a triangle. It looked like it.
You can tell she's been well trained. She's in there with the #1 ranked women in all.
That guy right there. I said it before I even knew. I go, that guy looks like Billy Gunn's son. And he actually is Billy Gunn's son. And they're attached a tag team. They're known as the Gun Club. He looks exactly like him. I go, who's that guy? Is that his son? You know, and I found out it was.
Oh, boy.
Knee to the back of the head.
Running a knee strike from behind that time. Got her right in the shoulder blade.
Gets her up this time.
Falcon Arrow type of move.
Beautifully executed. Reaching for that leg.
2, 3.
Didn't need it.
Actually nice. Yeah, she didn't even need to pull her leg in.
Hikaru Shida.
So we talked about it. Hikaru Shida right here. How does she match up with the
Dasha Gonzalez? Should be Dasha Fuentes. It's a ring announcer. She actually does a better job. Sounds like Kayla Braxton from WWE.
What she's doing. Big power.
That's actually good. That's actually a good powerbomb type like Falcon Arrow.
Continues her winning ways. She's now won 7 of her last 8 matches.
Yeah, she's 7-1, and she hasn't yet gotten her title match yet.
World champion John Moxley.
I guess they're teasing something between these two. They've had their issues before, but it's like, you know, I thought she was gonna slap the sandwich out of it. Oh, she should have.
Kip enjoying it. Why did Britt take her shoe off to eat that sandwich?
Okay, that was Cody that said that, because I read it in the comments. Somebody said that. I go, she was. It's like, but you know, AEW Dynamite was very good, man. Sometimes I can see why the ratings, you know, the thing is like higher than NXT. NXT is great, but AEW has been consistent. There's never been a lull yet in their programming. You know, some matches are like, you know, I can care less. But I'm not saying that the matches weren't good. But it's like sometimes I'm like, you know, I could do without this match, but I'll watch it. You know, but at least they've been putting on some good, you know, content. You know, we saw a great match with Trent taking on Kenny Omega. And Trent Beretta, as you know, we know him in other federations and organizations, is a good wrestler. He can go, but he's been, you know, with Chuck Taylor and freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy as, you know, best friends, and they're good. They're a great tag team, and you know, Kenny was able to beat him. Even it was a little bit of good sportsmanship between the two, and they shook hands. But you know, Trent took him to the limit, and he's shown that he can actually, you know, do really well also in singles competition. And of course, they introduced the the final brackets for the TNT Championship, which people are saying that it's like the TV title, and they're probably going to defend it on the show every week. So that's a good thing. Of course, you saw Anna Jayy in her debut match, and she did really well herself. And she lost to, you know, Shida, who's quickly becoming my favorite. I mean, I like Chris Statlander; she's my favorite, but Shida is like the other one, and it's like between the two, you know. And of course, we had 8 and 9 from the Dark Order, right? And they took on the team of QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes. And there's one thing I got to say about that. You know, as much as I am okay with you know, with those two as a team, they're pretty good. QT Marshall is a good hand in there. You know, I mean, he's not going to be winning a lot of matches, but he's in there to probably make the other people better. He's also a trainer. I believe he has his own academy or his own wrestling school as well. And the one thing about that is that I cannot stand what's her name? You know, what's her name? God, Brandy Rhodes. She's too. When she's walking out with them, and she looks ridiculous. She looks stupid. This is a girl that not too long ago was heading her own Nightmare Collective, coming out ominous, dark with a veil and shit like that. How come she doesn't come out like that with them? You know, have that aura, not being a heel, but like have that thing. She's out there. She's too happy to be there, and it doesn't work. It looks like she's trying too hard to be that. Like, just let it come natural, Brandy. Shit, like you don't have to act like you're having a good time, and then it's like you're acting like you're having a good time. Just have a good time. You're there with Dustin Rose and QT Marshall. Like, they're gonna give a good match out there, you know. And then you go up against 8 and 9, and I don't, they were talking about how. So who is 1 and 2? I guess one is Evil Ono, and then two is the other guy, his partner. I always forget his name. And then I was thinking to myself, like, how many guys are there? Who's 3 and 4 and 5 and 6? Stuff like that. And these guys didn't do too good, and they both got beat by Marshall and Rhodes. And then the Exalted One comes out and takes one of the guys. I think it was a smaller guy, 8 or 9, I don't know who, and delivered a choke bomb, choke slam, whatever you call it. He wasn't happy. He wasn't too happy. But he continues to be very impressive, very imposing. He even had a segment where he was talking to the guys, and one guy made the mistake of yawning and looks at him and goes, "Hey, there's no yawning in here. There should be no reason for you to yawn." And people are saying it's another jab at McMahon. I wouldn't be surprised. You know. Then we saw Lance Archer make his debut. It was up against Marco Stunt. Marco Stunt is a diminutive little guy, has a lot of heart, not a lot of muscle, not a lot of weight behind him. And even though this was a really proverbial, like it's a quintessential, squash match, but the way Lance Archer, the Murder Hawk as they call him, it was still enjoyable because it's like he just didn't go out there and just deliver his moves, and then Marco Stunt just took it and just laid there. Marco Stunt got his offense in, trying his best. He would jump out of the ring, run around, try to get away from him, but then he hits him with that like razor's edge type of. Well, no, it was like a razor's edge, and then he flips him down. It was like a very unique way of delivering it. Not like normally how you would, we see, Sheamus do that, drop him down and then drop him down like the razor's edge. But the way Lance Archer nailed his move, it was amazing. And then he hits him with a choke slam for more effect, I guess, and trying to establish himself as a force there. He's also in that tournament. He's going to be taking on QT Marshall, or not QT Marshall. He's taking on Cole Cabana in that bracket for the. So he's going to be for the right to see who's going to be crowned the TNT championship, TNT champion. And then we saw Vanguard 1 invading Jericho's pool, compound, if you will. And he tried again to get him to join the inner circle. Even gives him a shirt, hangs it on his, on the drone there, and then drone flies off with it. And then Jericho's accusing him of stealing his shirt, but didn't you give it to him, Jericho? You actually hung it on the drone on Vanguard 1. Release the hounds, he yells, and then his little dogs, looks like he had a couple of chihuahuas. He had looked like a Pomeranian, I guess. A couple of bigger dogs, but a lot of them were yip yip dogs, And they're like running and trying to get in. And Bobby Vanguard 1's up there laughing, like, you can't hit me. The fuck? It would have been funny if one of the dogs would have been able to jump up and take him down. That would have been something. If you had a bigger dog, probably. But, or the dog would have grabbed onto it, and the dog probably would. It would have been funny if he was low enough and the little dog snapped onto it, and then that took the little dog away. That would have been bad taste, I know, but it would have been funny for a sec. Use some visual effects. Use a CGI dog. How about that? But that was a good segment. Jericho chews it up, man. That's what I love about him. He's an awesome wrestler, one of the best, greatest ever. Definitely a future Hall of Famer. But the guy knows how to really, really get under your skin. He knows how to work a crowd, work a wrestler. He knows how to, you know what I mean? And speaking of the whole Hall of Fame thing, I mean, I think I read that he said that if he continues to, you know, be away from wrestling, I mean, be away from WWE, and he doesn't, that he'll never go into WWE Hall of Fame. He probably will. We've seen people that McMahon would never want to do business with ever again, and they got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Ultimate Warrior is one of the key people that's happened. Bruno Sammartino, but a lot of that is because of Triple H. So I think he definitely he's gonna go back to WWE for one more run. He will. He will. When his time in AEW is done, and he'll probably be there for like 5 years, maybe something like that. I think these guys signed some pretty lengthy contracts. I think 5 years, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so I see him going back. Why not? And Jake Roberts, he cut a promo, typical promo from him, but a great promo. You know, I just love how he just continues to just address people, address situations. You know, continue to hype up his man Lance Archer. And the guy has never lost a step. It's a good thing that he's still with us because there's plenty of instances where he could have died. But DDP helped him out with DDP Yoga. That he did the same thing DDP did with Razor Ramon, with Scott Hall, I should say, and others. Helping him out. So there's something to that yoga, that DDP yoga that he professes and that he perfected, and he goes out there and he helps up people, not only wrestlers but other people as well. So that's great on him. I love that, and so it's good to see that Jake is doing something, and he's there, and he's a good ear to I mean, he's a good person to let in your ear and let him talk to you and tell you what to do and what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to not do it. Who better to tell you what not to do than Jake, right? And tell you what to do, because he's definitely a legend, a guy who should have been a world champion in WWE. Should have. But I think his demons kind of got to him, and that's the reason why he wasn't given the proper push, because he messed up a lot, and he even admits to that too. And then also we have a empty arena, no hold barred match between Hager and John Moxley, and that's going to be in 2 weeks. So that's going to be good. I think Jake Hager is really something, man. He's like a guy that you take seriously now. I was never a big fan in WWE, but I never took away from his talent or his abilities. He did a lot in WWE. He could have done more. But from what I read or what I remember, he had a DUI, and that kind of messed up his push. So he's here, and he's going to be taking on John Moxley, and so far so good. I like him as champion. And he pretty much is still Dean Ambrose, but with a different name. But he's doing a more here than he couldn't do in WWE. They didn't let him just go. John Moxley character, they let him give him free reign. He does whatever, and that's what his character is. That's what his character is about. So that's how it should be, you know. And last but not least, we saw the tag team match between Cody and Darby Allin. They took on Sean Spears and Sammy Guevara, and these guys are actually going to be involved in the tournament as well for the TNT, championship. And they put the two opposing people on teams. They put Cody and Darby, and then their opponents are going to be Sean Spears and Sammy Guevara in that tournament. So it's like, I kind of forgot well, I think Cody is taking on Sean Spears, and then Darby's taking on Sammy. I believe so, if I'm not mistaken. But in this match, Sean Spears is the one that got the pin, and at the end, a little bit of kind of a eye racing thing. Darby Allin got frustrated, and he pretty much knocked Cody down. And Cody was wondering what the hell going on, what's up, what's wrong, and stuff. And he just got frustrated because Cody wasn't there when he needed him in the match. Cody was on the floor at that, and Darby Allin was pinned by Sean Spears, and Cody wasn't there, and it kind of got made Cody. Cody made Darby Allin upset, so he pretty much, I don't think it's a heel turn or anything like that. It's just that Darby Allin's a guy that he's like a loner, and he's a guy that doesn't need, anybody pretty much helping him out. But at the same time, it's like I think it's just because he got frustrated because he lost the match, and then it's a tag team match, so Cody should be there, right? But also one more thing before I forget, Nick Jackson there's an update to Nick Jackson. His because we all know he got hurt and everything like that. And we see him. His brother Matt, gets says basically, even though we can't do anything, because of the situation and everything like that. But I got us a mat. I got us a ring, and had a ring set up in his backyard or whatever in their compound, I guess. And they started, running the ropes, and so he definitely is better, and he's definitely able to start, training and getting better. It's pretty rough, what happened to him, with his head under the that rolling gate or that rolling door. You know what I mean? So coming back from that, and I don't know who he's going to go after, because he's going to get him some payback. So who is he going to go after? That's the question. But yeah, that's my video for AEW Dynamite for April 1st, 2020. This is a different way of me doing a video. I usually would do the top 5 video. I thought I'd do this and look at a match or look at a segment and then talk about it, and then talk about the results of the show AEW Dynamite. And I enjoyed it very much. I think I enjoyed it better than NXT. Although I enjoyed NXT, but this one I got to put it a little bit more than NXT. But a lot of people, that are saying that I read a comment that someone goes, "Well, NXT has Sam Roberts on commentary, and then they had Sean Spears in the main event. Something like the end of wrestling is here, or something like that." And I'm going, Sean Spears is a very, very good wrestler, and he's a guy who is being underused now in AEW. But I think this is definitely a way to give him a little bit of a push. At least he's doing something. And with Sam Roberts commentating, yeah, it was grating in the beginning, annoying, but towards the end, okay, a little bit better. But yeah, but it's like that ain't the end of wrestling. If you don't like it, just don't watch. If you if you don't want to hear Sam Roberts, then don't listen to his commentary. It's as simple as that. But anyway, before I sign off, I just want to thank you all for stopping by and for supporting my channel. And thank you for those who are subscribing. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And if you do, please click the bell icon for all further notifications on my channel. So whenever I upload a video, you will know right away. And also, if you like this video, please click the thumbs up and share it on Twitter, Facebook, etc. Whatever social media platform you use. And again, I appreciate you stopping by. And in closing, and as always, take care.